So I wanted to tell my Houston story, I guess. Um, like why I moved here when I did, and then how everything went. Not I guess the whole story, but I don't want to make it a long video, so kind of just get to the point of it. And then why, like, even though I've left and came back, this is the last time I won't be back to live. Uh, I've said that before, but I kind of knew I was coming back, so it didn't really matter. Because Houston was always the best option I had. As far as where I've been, I didn't really give Las Vegas a chance when I lived out there. But I'm going back, and I know I could live anywhere. Anywhere. And that's something I learned from being in Houston, that I'm good anywhere. So it started when I was in the military. And I had a friend that lived in Houston. He kept talking about Houston because we were out in Central Texas. So I had never been, and then he was like, man, I'm going to take you home one week. So I didn't know. He took me to actually East Houston. I didn't know it was East Houston, but now that I've been out here, I know where I was at the first time I was there. So we went to a local bar, just a local neighborhood bar. And it was the first time in my life where I had women buy me drinks. And I'm just a regular ass person. There was this fine chick in the middle, and she like waved at me. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? And she was like, hey, can I buy you a drink? That tripped me the hell out, because I was only like 20. I think I wasn't even 21 yet. Yeah, I wasn't even 21. But, you old. I look old enough to drink anyway. So it tripped me out, man. I was like, damn, Houston is the shit. Then I had a friend who was getting out the military. This is around the same time. So I didn't know it, but I was in Sugar Land at that time. He had rented an apartment in Sugar Land, right where I ended up living for a while. At the same apartments where I didn't live at those apartments, but I used to live right by those apartments. I found that out later, but all I knew was we were in Sugar Land, hanging out on a weekend. He had a girl, I had a girl, he had a girl, her friend had a friend, we out hanging out. The clubs in Houston were better, and this was a different time too. This was when Mike Jones was cracking, and Houston was really going down. I'm talking about, it was just jumping. Like, I should have moved to Houston then when I got out the military, but that would have, whatever. I ain't worried about that. No regrets in my life, really. I ain't gonna lie. But that's kind of one of them. I did have that idea, but I didn't act on it, so it is what it is. I probably would have never started doing comedy, so I ain't mad that I didn't move at that time. But I had a lot of fun just going to Houston. Then it started going to the point where I would come to Houston on the weekend by myself and meet women. It was just a really good time to go out in Houston. And I was like, 21? You know what I'm saying? So it's perfect time to hit the clubs and just do all that. So fast forward the tape. 2018 comes, and I had got my first back pay from the VA check. So I was like, as soon as I got the check, I'm like, I'm going to Houston. Like, I stopped in Vegas first. For some reason, right? Vegas, Houston, Vegas. It just happens, right? My best friend at the time, he was living in Vegas. Met up with him. We had a really good dinner. I was out I was just partying by myself. I had $10,000, so that wasn't hard to do. And then I already had this chick I had met on the internet in Houston. So I was talking to her before I even got to Houston. So when I got to Houston, it was like, get my apartment, get this, meet up with this chick. that happened. She showed me around, a really good time. So I started to see, like, oh, okay, Houston's cool. If you got some money, and you know what I'm saying, like, you know how to move around, there's a lot going on here, fun-wise. She took me to Kevin Hart, the Toyota Center. Got really good seats. That's where I learned the R&B trick from her. But that didn't work out. Just because a lot of these women cost too much. Not that she was wanting, like, her lifestyle was just going out every night, eating out. She didn't care about money. She made like $80,000 and she's single, so she didn't care about money at all. Her thing was just traveling, eating out, getting drunk every night, whatever. And she wanted me to be right there with her. Like, let's go to New Orleans. I was like, I don't want to go nowhere. I just got to Houston. So she started asking me, like, oh, can you afford to, like, keep up? Like, if I want to go travel, I'm like, I don't want to go travel with you. I'm sorry, like, for real. Like, you're cool for Houston. And I just got here. Like, I'm not, like, locked down already to you. So that didn't work. Cool. I get into comedy out here. Things start going well. It was like I was a good mix from being from California, being to Houston. I actually thought moving here, I thought the comics weren't as good. And if you look at it, the comics I was around are in Sacramento are more successful than the comics here. So I knew what I was talking about as far as the competition wise. Now, not to say Houston outdoes them on the hustle wise as far as locally. Let's be real on that. Like, they can locally in their city do damage just off of Houston being a big city and putting a lot of effort into selling tickets. The Sacramento comics didn't do that. They good enough to where their name on a flyer, people go buy the tickets. So they don't have that power of starting it up themselves, which a lot of them are already established. But that's what I'm saying, you're established in your city. Now then a couple moved to LA and now they are where they're at. Like, if you're really gonna be a comedian, you need to move to LA, period. Or New York, I guess you could say New York, but really you need to live in Hollywood, that area, hit those areas, because if you want to be nationally recognized. Like, the best comic from Houston, Ali Sadiq, lives in LA. Everyone lives in LA. It's just what it is. If you're going to be a comic, you have to go to LA at some point, and you need to not go there. You need to pick up everything and move there. But that's if that's what you want. If not, you're just going to be this local person, or you can do your own local things that you are financing. But if you want your name, even if you're on social media, you have to meet the right people. And that's just, you have to be there to do it. So that's just what that is. Going back, I would come and go, and comedy just I didn't really care as much as I did when I first started. I started doing like skits, and when I moved to Vegas, I was like filming for like a TV series. So my goals kind of changed in that. Acting became like, oh man, I want to do that. Like, that took my interest more than just me being on stage telling jokes, or like I've been doing the last 10 years. You know what I'm saying? It lost, for me, comedy, the first 2 years, which I remember a comic told me this when I first started. He's like, oh, you just started. It's so much fun right now. He said, after 2 years, you'll see. And he was right. Like, my second year, I was in Houston already. And it was still fun because I was new. But after 2 years of being in Houston, it got dead to me because it's the same thing. You're just doing this. You know, if you stay in your city, you're just going to do the same thing over and over and over. It's that simple. You have to move around, you have to gain more fans, and you have to finance it yourself. Nobody's going to do that for you. That's what a lot of comics don't get. They think they're going to get sponsors and whatever. People delusional. It just is what it is. Let's see. Towards the end, this is the end of it, because, I mean, that's basically the story. I moved to Sugar Land, kind of out there by yourself. I never even I got a car when I first moved here, and then I sold it. After that, I never got a car again. I had the money, didn't do it. I don't know why. I always thought like, oh, I don't got license. That don't really matter. You don't need license to drive. So, my own excuses, I would say. So recently, I had got this job in April, and I fit in well there, but I noticed, damn, this job is like, I can't do anything. I can't even do any comedy. Like, I'm always at the job. It's like, wake up, go to the gym, get ready for work. Then there's the weekend. You know what I'm saying? If you want the weekend off. Because there was overtime, too. Because I was like, well, damn. Like, I'm not doing any comedy shows. Like, when I'm off on the weekend, what I'm going to do, just spend some money? Like, which I didn't mind doing that. I never mind doing that. Anyways, I started getting in this, like, damn, this is my life. Like, I need to do something else. Like, because if not, I'm just going to be trapped in this job, which it wasn't bad, but it wasn't good. It was like, okay, now I'm just going to get an apartment, a car, but I'm still going to be here. I'm just going to be working for more money to buy more stuff. Like, but I'm still going to be stuck right here. So I was like, fuck this. I started making plans. I was trying to figure out, I wanted to move. I was like, all right, I'm done with Houston, because I had been here enough to where I felt like, all right, this isn't where I want to be. I'm tired of it, because I just felt like if I was going to settle down, even though there's plenty of women in Houston, I just seen like with my experience, they kind of all the same. I mean, that's everywhere you go though, so I'm not blaming that. I was just like, I don't see myself, not that I want to move to Vegas to settle down. I just didn't see myself doing it. I was like, oh my God, this is my life. Like I got to change this. So the thing with the Vegas is it's the same thing. It's still working. Meaning when it's the same shit. Yeah, really nothing different. Just Vegas has casinos. Most likely will end up working at a casino. Don't really care too much. It's just, you're just working for money. Let's be honest. Yeah, I do plan on getting into films if that happens. I know some people out there. We'll see what we do. Thing is, most of the time you're gonna be at work, so you might miss shoots. You can only shoot on this day. I only got this day. We know how the game goes. Difference is, I'll be close to home, California. That's like the main reason. Like if something happens, I can go out there, see family members. That's one thing that happened to me. My mom had passed and I stayed in Texas. I didn't have the time to go out there to go to a funeral. I wasn't with all that. Seeing people and then I'm not going to see you for so long anyways. I'm coming, like, I didn't see the point of, I don't talk to you at all. And then just because my mom's about to pass, now we're going to act like we're family and everything's cool and we're going to cry together. Like, nah, you cry over there, I'll cry over here, because at the end of the day, you guys are right here. I'm over here. So, and I'm still just going to go back to living my life. Like, I was thinking in my head, like, what are you going to do? Go to the funeral, eat dinner, and then say, all right, never see you again? Like, it didn't make sense to me. Like, just whatever. Like, They didn't get my point of view, but really, it makes perfect sense. Um, we're all grown-ups. That's the thing, too. It's like, you grow up with people and you guys are kids. And then once you get grown, you guys branch out. It's just what it is. Like, I never wanted to stay within my city. Like, at the same city I grew up in, or just go to Sacramento, like an hour away and live there. It's the same thing. Most of the people in Sacramento, most of the people in Modesto moved to Sacramento. I was like, I just can't. I don't see how people could live in one place and then die there. Like, be there their whole life and not live nowhere else, not see nothing. Or even if you go visit, like, you just come right back. Like, and it's your same friends that you grew up with from high school. Like, I knew when we graduated high school, I knew them weren't my friends. Like, I knew I was going on to more than that. And that's what I did. Yeah. It doesn't stop with Vegas. I mean, I'm going to live there. I'm going to get me an apartment, get me a car, all that shit. At least be there for a good year of release or whatever. However that works. I'm going to give Vegas some time. I gave Houston a lot of time, but Vegas, I'm a little older now, I guess. I didn't really hit the clubs that much in Houston. Not really going to hit the clubs that much in Vegas. Vegas is like a vacation place. Houston's like a vacation place now. For real. But the show don't stop, I guess. Gonna get into some comedy when I can. Same old, basically.